Have you ever wondered why your English sounds perfect in grammar but weird when you actually talk to native speakers? Today, I'm teaching you the 7 phrases that will change everything. These are the expressions native speakers use literally every single day, and once you master them, you'll sound completely natural. Let's get started. Hi, I'm your English teacher, and this is Daily English Edge. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn exactly 7 phrases that native English speakers use constantly in real conversations. I'm not talking about textbook English. I'm talking about real, natural, authentic English that you hear in offices, cafes, and friend groups every day. Listen carefully, repeat after me, and by the end of this video, these phrases will become part of your active vocabulary. Let's begin. Let's start with 2 super common phrases that completely change how native speakers talk. Native speakers almost never say somewhat or a little bit. They say sort of and kind of. These phrases make you sound casual and natural. For example, this coffee is sort of cold, or I kind of like that movie, but it was long. Notice that both phrases mean approximately the same thing. They soften what you're saying and make it less direct. You'll hear this constantly in casual English. Try it. The weather is kind of nice today. I'm sort of tired right now. When you use these phrases, you immediately sound more like a native speaker because you're using the real English that people actually speak. These 2 phrases are filler words that native speakers use to give themselves thinking time while speaking. They're supernatural and happen constantly in real conversation. Is used when you're checking if the listener understands or agrees with you. Is used to clarify or add more detail to what you just said. For example, the movie was really boring, like 3 hours long and nothing happened. Or, I don't like public speaking. I get too nervous and forget what I want to say. These phrases make your English sound authentic because you're not speaking in perfect, edited sentences. You're speaking like a real person thinking out loud. Try saying, that restaurant was expensive, like $50 for dinner. See? It sounds natural and conversational. Both of these words are conversation bridges that native speakers use to emphasize what they're about to say. Honestly, shows that you're being truthful or sincere about something. Actually, introduces new information or corrects what was just said. For example, honestly, I didn't like the restaurant that much. The food was okay, but the service was slow. Or, I thought he was angry, but actually, he was just tired. These phrases help you organize your thoughts and signal to the listener that what comes next is important. Listen to this example. I planned to go to the gym today, but actually I stayed home and watched a movie. Honestly, I needed to rest. Notice how these phrases make the conversation flow naturally and give emphasis to your words. Native speakers use pretty and really constantly to add intensity to adjectives. They're intensifiers. They make adjectives stronger. Pretty is a bit softer and more casual, while really is stronger. For example, the weather is pretty nice today. Or, that movie was really good. You can use these with almost any adjective. The coffee is pretty hot. The exam was really difficult. That idea is pretty smart. When you listen to native speakers, you hear these words in almost every sentence. Without them, your English sounds formal and textbook-like. With them, you sound natural. Try this. Instead of saying, I am tired, say, I'm pretty tired, or I'm really tired. Immediately, your English sounds more authentic and conversational. Now, like is a tricky one because teachers always tell you to stop using it, but native speakers use it constantly in casual speech. When native speakers use like, they're not always comparing things. They're using it as a thinking word or to emphasize what comes next. For example, she was like, I can't believe you did that, or the traffic was like super bad today. It gives a casual, conversational feel. Another use, I was like really confused about the homework. Native speakers use like to sound relaxed and natural, especially in informal settings. So understand this. In formal writing or professional emails, you should avoid like. But in casual conversation with friends or colleagues, native speakers use it all the time. When you use it correctly, you sound natural. When you avoid it completely, you sound too formal. Starting a sentence with so is extremely common in native speaker English, but many ESL students never do it. So is used to move a conversation forward, introduce a new topic, or show connection to what was just said. For example, so did you finish your project? Or so what are you doing this weekend? It's very natural and casual. Another use, I had a really busy day at work. So I'm pretty tired now and I'm going to sleep early. This so connects two ideas and makes your English flow naturally. Native speakers do this constantly. Try it. Instead of abruptly saying, did you see that? Say, so did you see that? It feels more natural and gives the listener a moment to adjust. These are contractions that native speakers use all the time in casual speech. Not gonna is the spoken form of not going to, and wanna is the spoken form of want to. For example, I'm not gonna go to the party tonight. I want to stay home and watch a movie. Or, do you want to grab coffee tomorrow? In formal writing, always use want to and not going to. But in real conversation, native speakers naturally say wanna and gonna. When you use these contracted forms, you immediately sound more like a native speaker because you're matching the rhythm and natural speech of real English. Try saying, I want to improve my English, but I'm not going to study tonight because I'm tired. That's exactly how a native speaker would say it. There you have it. 7 essential phrases that native speakers use every single day. These aren't complicated. They're just the natural, authentic English that real people speak. Start using these phrases today, and I promise you'll notice a huge difference in how natural and fluent your English sounds. The key is to practice them in real conversations, not just in your head. Say them out loud. Use them with friends. Record yourself. The more you use these phrases, the more automatic they become. Subscribe to Daily English Edge right now, and I'll send you a new English lesson every single day to help you sound more fluent and natural. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and your English is going to improve faster than you ever thought possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.